Sabi mo baka lugi.
Okay, so let us have here another sample problem, okay? So, yung last po natin, okay, yung kahapon, okay, that is tension, but then, ang nakita lang natin, what is present only is the strength failure, okay? So, ito naman ngayon, okay, yung sample po na to, this problem 1, this defines now included na dito yung kanyang deformation failure. Okay? So, dito po ay paano natin malalaman na merong deformation failure if you have this phrase. Okay? Must not elongate more than 0.005 of an inch. Okay? So, yan po yung indicator po natin na meron siyang na meron po siya na allowable limit of deformation. Okay? So, if you have this value, then, ibig sabihin sa solution mo po. Okay? So, let us have this sample problem and then we try to solve this po. Okay? So, link shown made of C1045 steel as rolled is subjected to a tensile load of 8,000 pounds. Let H equal to 1.5 B, and if the load is repeated but not reversed, determine the dimensions of the section with the design based on the ultimate strength for letter A. For B, it's the yield strength. It must not elongate more than 0.005 inch. What should be the dimensions of the cross-section? Okay? So, ang isosolve po natin dito, okay, is yung ating letter C, okay, and along with letter A, okay? So, ang gagawin muna po natin, based on the strength failure, ang kukunin natin muna is yung base sa ultimate strength, okay? And then, we compare that with our answer based on the deformation failure. Okay? So, ayun muna po. And then, yung for letter B, kayo po mamaya yung mag-solve po nun. Okay? So, let us have this first. Okay? So, again, we follow our procedure for the design. So, we start again with the given values. Okay? So, what are the given? So, first, you have there the tensile load, FT, that is equal to 8,000 pounds. Okay, so again, this is equivalent to 8 kips. So that is divided by 1,000. Okay, and then you have the relationship H is equal to 1.5 of So we call that the allowable limit of deformation equal to 0.005 of an inch. Okay, so these are the given values. Okay, now we go to the material specification. Okay, so we have the code AISI C1045 designin po ng sigma y and along with the value of E. Okay, so everyone, pakihanap po nung value po natin. And then, pakilagay na lang dito sa chat box so that I can copy. Okay, pakihanap po 1045 as roll. Okay, so values are 96 and 59 taken from table 87. Okay, so you have there our values. Okay, so we have 96, 59 KSI. And then E-value is again taken from the heading. You have there 30 times 10 to the third. Okay, so we use KSI. So this is taken from table 87, page 15. Okay. After the material specification, we go with the factor of safety. Okay, so sa factor of safety po, ang sinusolve lang po muna natin is based on the ultimate strength, and you have there the deformation failure. Okay, so ito lang po ang unahin type of load. We have the repeated but not reversed. And then the type of material, this is 1045, therefore ductile. And then the basis of design, based on ultimate. Okay, this is for letter A. Okay, this is for letter A. So with these conditions, repeated but not reversed, ductile, and based on the ultimate strength, what is then our factor of safety? Ano po ang FS natin? Kier, what is our factor of safety? Hello? You use table 1.1 to define this factor of safety. Scare around? Wala po? Oh, what is the factor of safety? Again?
6 po.
Repeated but not reversed. So, ibig sabihin yan, repeated and one direction. And then ductile and based on the ultimate. What is the value, Kier? Okay, so that would be equal to 6. Thank you, Lan. Okay, so the value, okay, of the factor of safety is equal to 6. Okay, that is taken from table 1.1, page 1. Okay, and then we go with the design stress now. So for your sigma D, since this is based on the ultimate strength, then your sigma D would be equal to sigma U over the factor of safety. So substituting the value, sigma U is 96 KSI, and then factor of safety is 6. This yields what?
16 po, ma'am.
Exactly 16 KSI. Okay, thank you. So you have here the design stress equal to 16 KSI. Again, after po ng design stress, doon po natin ilalagay yung atin pong basis ng design. Okay, yun pong ating procedure and the designing based on the strength failure and based on the deformation failure. Okay, so unahin po muna natin yung sa strength failure. Okay? So, considering the strength failure, yan. Anong sabi natin? For a good design, using the strength failure, you have to equate the design stress to the induced stress of the material, which is the tensile strength. Okay? So, for the tensile strength, that would be force over the area. Okay, and what would be the area? So the area here would be yung atin pong para sa reaction is B. Relationship between B and H. H is equal to 1.5 of B. So in place of H, gagawin mo po siya na 1.5 of B. Okay? So anong magiging ito ngayon? This would be FT times B times 1.5 of B. So, leaving us FT over 1.5 B squared equal to your design stress. Okay? And then you substitute now the value. Okay? So the design stress na na-compute po natin initially is 16 KSI equal to, this is 8 kips divided by 1.5 B squared. Kindly solve now for the value of B. Pakisolve nga po yung value ng B. Okay, so thank you, Tristan. 0.577 of an inch. Okay? The others, try to compute po yung iba. 577 of an inch. Okay? And then you look for the standard value. Okay? Likewise, you solve for H. This would be equal to 1.5 of the commercially available size. Okay? So, pakicompute po. Now, idugtong ko muna, habang kino-compute nyo po, idugtong ko muna po yung para sa deformation failure. Again, meron siyang deformation failure kasi may given po na allowable limit of deformation. Okay? Yung pong 0.005. So, isama po natin ngayon siya sa solution. Ano nyo po yung commercially available size nito, same thing with the value of H. Deformation failure naman. So this is 5/8 and 15/16. So this is 5/8 of an inch and say 1.5 times 5/8 of an inch. That would give us 15/16 of an inch. Okay, so the other one would be the deformation failure. So for the deformation failure, ganun din po. We equate for a good design. Ano naman po ang ine-equate natin considering the deformation failure? So you equate the allowable limit of deformation to that of the computed deformation. Okay, so what would be the computed deformation? This is simply equal to FL over AE. Okay, so ay po ay equal sa FL over AE. Okay, and in place of A, papalitan natin ulit siya ng B times H, and yung H po natin is 1.5 of B. Okay, so magiging ano po yan? 1.5 B squared. Okay, 1.5 B squared times the value of E equal to your allowable limit of deformation. Okay, now i-substitute nyo na po yung mga values. So this is 0.005 of an inch equal to, this is 8 kips. Length is given 15 inches. And then you have there 1.5 B squared. And E is 30 times 10 to the third KSI. Okay? So, yan po yung sinubstitute natin na values. And then, what is then the value of B? Okay? Considering your deformation failure. Okay? Paki-compute po. Okay, so from Carla, 0.73, same thing with Ken and Carl. Okay, so that would be our answer for letter B for the deformation failure. Okay, so this is 0.730 inches. Okay, then find again the corresponding standard size for this. So, nakita nyo po ngayon, dalawa yung answer natin, di ba? Ang isa nga, galing sa strength failure, and the other one is galing po sa deformation failure. So, ano po naman ang equivalent nito? Yung 0.73 for our standard size. So, that would be 3/4 of an inch. Okay, correct. Okay? So 3/4 of an inch, and what would be the value of h? Okay, so 1.5 of 3/4 an inch. What is our answer?
Yung may sadyang parang center.
Okay, correct. That would be 9/8 or 1 and 1/8. Okay, so tama po yun. So, the sets of answers now. Okay? So, yan po yung sinasabi ko. Okay? Dalawang set ng answer, hindi po pwedeng hanggang dyan lang yung solution natin. You need to choose from the two kung alin yung mas tama at mas safe sa dalawa. Okay? So, alin po yung mas safe? Yun po yung dapat nasa conclusion po natin. Okay? So, our solution isn't complete not unless you have chosen kung alin talaga yung gagamitin. Okay? So, you have your conclusion. Therefore, use alin po yung pipiliin. It should always be the bigger value. Okay? So, kung alin po yung pinakamalaki yung size, yun po yung pipiliin natin. Okay? So, considering the two, of course, this would be greater. Okay? Yung kung nasa deformation. So, therefore, use B equal to 3/4 an inch and h equal to 1 and 1/8 of an inch. Okay? So, yan po yung ating sagot ngayon. Okay? Now, so this is the final answer. Okay? So, ang ating pong solution, okay, it has yung strength and deformation failure. But I have said, pertaining to this problem 1, yan po ay letter A lang. Okay? So, ang sagot po natin sa letter A, ito lang po talaga yon, yung sa strength failure lang. Okay? Itong 5/8 at 15/16. Okay? Pero pagdating mo po sa letter C, okay, ang sagot mo po sa letter C, itong dalawa. Itong buong to. Okay? So, dapat may strength failure ka, may deformation failure ka, tapos ito yung pili. Okay? 3/4 and 1 and 1/8. Okay? So, you go now with letter B. Okay? So, paano mo naman po isosolve yung letter B? Kasi iba na yung factor of safety because the basis of design now would be the yield strength. Okay? So, mapapalitan po ang Fs, ang design stress, same thing with yung sa strength failure po natin. Okay? But then for the deformation failure, hindi po yan mababago. Because this is not dependent on your value of sigma u or sigma y. Okay? So, ito pa rin yung sagot. So, ang gagawin mo ngayon is to compare. Ano yung nasagot mo based sa strength failure, based on the yield strength, and you compare that again with this value of the deformation failure. Whichever would be higher, then that would be your conclusion. Okay? So, ganun nyo po ngayon gagawin, okay, yung para po doon sa basis ay yung yield strength for that of letter B. Okay? So, B yun, tapos kadugtong din nun yun yung sa letter C. Okay? Okay, sige po, gawa nyo muna po yung para doon sa basis ng yield strength. Okay, and tingnan natin ano yung ating magiging sagot. Okay, so again, simula po sa factor of safety. Okay, factor of safety up to the strength failure. Yun lang po yung gagawin mo based on the yield. Okay, sige po, continue. And then you post your answer here po. Okay, what would be your answer on the strength failure on this basis of yield strength? Okay, tapos compare with the deformation failure po natin afterwards. Naintindihan po ba yung gagawin?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, good. So, ano po yung nabago natin? Okay. On the factor of safety, instead of 6, we will be using now 3. Tama po ba? Nakita po ba?
Yes po, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes po.
Okay. So, and then your design stress would be sigma y over the factor of safety. So, that becomes 59 divided by 3. Okay? And then, for the strength failure, kukunin mo lang siya ngayon. Okay? So, what would be the value? Okay, so yung value po na makukuha nyo ngayon, you compare it with this deformation failure. Okay? Alin yung mas malaki, then that would be our final answer po. Ito pong sa deformation failure, hindi po natin kailangan na i-solve po ulit. Okay? Kasi the same lang po yung makukuha po natin. Okay, what are your answers po? So we have here from Carla. Okay. So 9/16. And you have there your H. Okay. So you look at your answers po. Okay. So 9/16 and 27/32. Okay. So that is, yun po yung on letter B. Okay. But then on part of letter C, considering the yield strength, you have to compare that with the deformation failure. At pag kinumpare mo po, still, ito pong sa deformation, siya pa rin po yung mas malaki yung value. Okay? Kaya pagdating sa letter C, based on the yield, okay, ang pipiliin pa rin po natin, okay, ay itong galing sa deformation failure. Nakuha po. Okay? So, linawin ko lang po ano po yung mga sagot natin for this problem 1. Okay? So, pag dito po sa letter A, okay, determine the dimensions of the section with the design based on the ultimate lang. Okay? Kumbaga, ito lang, hanggang dito lang yung letter A. So, pag letter A lang, ang i-consider natin, strength failure lang po yan. Okay? So, ang sagot po sa letter A, yan po yung 5/8 and 15/16. Okay? Yan po yung sagot. Pagdating naman po sa letter B, based on the yield strength lang. Okay? Based on the yield strength lang, ang sagot mo po dyan, yung sinolve nyo po. Okay? Na 9/16 and 27/32 of an inch. Okay? Yun po lahat lang sa letter B. Pagdating po sa letter C, dalawa pong set ang sagot natin. Okay? Sa letter C po, may based on ultimate at may based on yield. Okay? Ang sagot po sa letter C, based on ultimate, yan. Ito pong dalawang ito ang pagkukumpirahin natin. So, ang sagot po doon would be 3/4 of an inch and 1 and 1/8 for H. Okay? Ito yung sagot natin. Okay? Tapos, pili ka nito. Yan po yung sa letter C, based on ultimate. Okay? Pagdating naman sa letter C, based on yield, okay? Yung sagot nyo dito kanina sa yield, and then ari uling deformation na yon, and your conclusion should be 3/4 uli and 1 and 1/8 of an inch. So, parehas lang po ang sagot natin doon sa letter C, okay? Doon sa letter po natin, okay? So, sana po yung iba, okay, nakuha din yung sagot, okay? So, hindi lang po aring mga naglalagay dito sa chat box po natin, okay? So, I hope everyone, okay, obtain the same answer and is doing their own computation, okay? So, let me continue now. Yes, Carl?
Ma'am, linawin ko lang po. Ma'am, kailan lang po
Yes.
ulit ginagamit yung standard value ng elongation na 30 times 10 raised to 3 KSI? Gawa nang meron po dun sa...
Okay. Yung letter, again, yes, Carl?
Doon po kasi sa C1045 po, may value po yung elongation na 22 po. Value maging 22 times 10 raised to 6.
Alin?
Ay po.
Aling elongation. Saan yun? Table ano anak yun? Ulit, table ano anak?
Table 87 po. Page 15 po.
Wait, aking ano yan. Ibukas natin para magkaintindihan tayo. Wait. Okay, so we have table 87. Tapos, anong hahanapin natin? 10?
1045, yung C1045 po.
1045 Ay, nawala ako. Carl,
Yes po, ma'am.
ano nga ang tanong natin dito, Bunso, sa 1045 as rolled?
Yung sa pagkuha po ng elongation po, bakit po ang ginamit dun sa ano yung 30 times 10 raised to 3 KSI po? Hindi po 20,
Okay,
yung 22 po.
Wait. At ako'y na-lost connection ako.
Apo.
Wait. Yan. Okay, yan. Okay na sa akin ngayon. Okay. So, bakit po 30 times 10 to the third KSI at hindi itong 22?
Opo, ma'am.
Okay. Ito po, this is elongation. Okay? It's the modulus of ECT. Okay? Ari po ay iba. Ang kailangan po natin dun sa equation po natin ng deformation equal to FL over AE. Okay? So, ulitin ko lang po dito. Okay, over area times E. E here pertains to modulus of elasticity. Okay? This is modulus of elasticity. Okay? This one, okay? Okay, so this one po, this is simply an elongation. Okay? In percentage. Okay? In a unit ng kumbaga elongation niya in terms of yung magkaiba po yung dalawa. This will pertain to a value po niya, okay, nung deformation itself. Gaano ang inilaki nung particular material. So, halimbawa, reference niya is 2 inches, okay? O, ilang percentage dun sa 2 inches yung naging elongation, okay? So, yun po ang ibig sabihin nito. Okay, whereas this one, this is a constant, okay? Yung modulus of elasticity. Kaya ito po yung ginagamit natin. Modulus of elasticity in tension or compression, okay? So yun po yung 30 times 10 to the 6 PSI, okay? So ari naman po, ari pong isa, elasticity in shear or torsion, this is the G value. So it's different, okay? So ang sinasabi ko nga, ang kailangan mo po is within the particular row, katulad po nito, 1045 roll. Tingnan mo dito sa modulus of elasticity. So in this case po, wala. Okay? Ari po ay elongation, percent elongation. Okay? So when we say percent elongation, magkaiba po yun doon sa atin pong modulus of elasticity. This is simply delta L over the original length times of elasticity. So, hindi po ito yon. Okay? Kung makakakita po kayo dito, in particular, na nakalagay ay modulus of elasticity, yun po yung atin na gagamitin. Okay? But then this one, it's different. Kasi po ang equation niya para dito. Okay?
Thank you po, ma'am.
Nasundan na po? Naintindihan na po?
Opo, ma'am. Nagets po.
Okay na, Carl?
Opo, ma'am. Thank
Everyone?
you
po. Okay. So, magkaiba po yun ha, magkaiba. This is percent elongation and the other one is the constant E, modulus of elasticity. Okay? Let us have now the second topic, which is this time ang member po natin is under pure compression. Okay? So, under pure compression naman po. So, what is basically it's different? Okay? So, yung applied load natin po ngayon, okay, it tends to compress, okay, your material. So, it pushes on the area of your material. Hindi po katulad nung nauna, hinihila niya. Okay? Hinihila niya. Ito ngayon, push naman po yung kanyang ginagawa or it tries to compress the area. Okay? So, you look at the illustration here, the member. Okay? So, this is your compressive load. Okay? So, this is your material and then the applied load FC. Okay? So, ang nangyayari po doon sa compression, okay, different with that of sa tension. Kasi, halimbawa po, okay, kapag po hinila po natin yan, okay, ang tanging mangyayari po dito is to elongate. Okay? So, elongation lang yung result. Okay? Whatever yung itsura or cross-section nung atin na body, it will have its elongation. Halimbawa, maikli lang simply elongates. Okay? Pero ito po, okay, ano po, ganito po yung ating machine member. Maikli lang siya, tapos you try to compress, mangyayari lang would be contraction. Okay? Contraction po. Pero you try the case of a ruler. Yung ruler po natin, halimbawa yung Orion na ruler. So medyo mahaba po yun. Tapos, ang cross-section niya medyo maliit. Okay? Diba? Yung ruler natin manipis. Tapos, mahaba. Okay? So, if you try to compress that, hindi mo makikita po doon yung contraction. Contraction is simply a decrease in the original length. Okay? Dito po, anong posibleng mangyari dyan? Okay? So, kung halimbawa may hawak ka dyan na ruler, ano mangyayari pag kinompress mo na ganon. Okay? So, ang mapapansin mo dyan, nagkaroon siya ng bending. Okay? Sa halip na mag-contract siya, ang nangyayari dyan, pag inano mo, parang nagkakaroon ng bending. Okay? Nagiging ganito. Okay? So, instead na ganito itsura niya at iikli lang, okay? Hindi po. Nagkakaroon siya ng bending. So, you call that now yung atin na buckling failure. Okay? So, nagkakaroon ng buckling. So, ibig sabihin yan, okay, ng iyong members under pure compression, you have to see first ano yung posibleng mangyari sa kanya. Hindi katulad sa elongation, wala. Kahit maliit yan or mahaba yan, okay, or maliit yung cross-section niya, then see simply to elongate. Pero di pure compression. Okay? So, mas complicated siyang i-design. Kasi, hindi iisa yung nagiging result effect sa kanya. Okay? Merong effect na contraction at merong ay wala. Wait. Nawala ka na naman. O, yun. Okay, go. Okay na, meron na ulit. Okay. So, mas complicated i-design yung ating members under pure compression compared to that of tension. Okay? Why? Again, you have resulted to different effects, okay? So, merong compression member na contraction lang yung effect, okay? At meron naman na nagkakaroon ng bending, okay? So, sa pag-design natin ngayon, okay, you have to see first alin yung magkakaroon ng contraction at alin yung magkakaroon ng bending, okay? Kaya, dito po, pag i-design po natin siya, magkakaiba ba yung magiging procedure po. Okay, hindi katulad dun sa tension na here po natin na i-apply. Dito po ay magkaiba. Okay? So, paano po natin siya ngayon i-design? Okay? So, sa pag-design po, ito po yung uunahin natin. This is the criteria for design. Okay? So, this will define po kung or siya yung magkakaroon dito sa criteria na ito. Okay? So, ang tawag po natin dun sa ratio. Okay? So, it is the slenderness ratio. And you look at the ratio is the length. And yung K po natin is the least ratios of gyration. Okay? So, L divided by K equals your slenderness ratio. Okay? This is the original length of the specimen. So, before it is loaded, before you apply the load, what is the length? Okay? Yun po yung gagamitin dito. And yung K naman po, the least radius of gyration, this is simply equal to the square root of I divided by the area. Again, the square root of I over the area. So this is the area and I po is the moment of inertia. Okay? So what are then the values of this moment of inertia? Okay? Kung natatandaan nyo po doon sa ating MDB, Mechanics of Deformable Bodies, you have there the values of I. Okay? But then, kung hindi naman po natin nare-recall, you may use po na doon din po yan sa ating design tables. Okay? So, po yung table 81. Yan. Ito pa. Yan. Okay? So, this is your table 81. Properties of section. Okay? Nakita po ba? O buklat po doon sa ano ha? Sa design po natin. Okay? So, these are the properties of the section on your table 81. Okay? So, ang hahanapin nyo po, ang gagamitin nyo po dyan is yung so, what are then the values of I? Yes, Tristan.
Ma'am, excuse po, mag-aas lang po. Kung pwedeng sulatan po yung table, hindi po kasi nahagip yung table 81 sa print.
Okay, so yes.
Thank you po.
So, you can label the, yung table. Okay, table 81, properties of sections. Okay? So, tingnan lang po natin, ang kailangan po natin dito is the value of I. Okay? So, what are the values of I? If you have there a rectangular cross-section, then I is equal to BH cubed over 12. Okay? If you have there circular, pi d to the 4th over 64. Okay? So, yan po yung mga values. Okay? You have I sub x po, yung h cube over 36. Okay? So, yan po yung mga gagamitin. Ito na po pong dalawang nasa ilalim. Ito po yung tinatawag natin simply as economic sections. Okay? So, I hope na alam nyo po paano gamitin, okay? Or paano i-derive ang economic sections. Okay, dito po limited kasi it's limited only to these two type of economic sections, yung letter I at saka inverted T. Okay, paano po kung bigyan tayo ng letter C na cross section? Yan. Okay? So dapat po tanda pa po natin kung paano ba I will be recalling again kung paano siya gawin. Okay? But then if you have your notes pa rin, dati, sa MDB, pwede po nating balikan. and see how are these values of I or the moment of inertia are being derived. Okay? Yan. Pero for the moment po, okay, pwede po tayong use nung table 81, okay, para sa values nung I po. Okay? Limited nga lang po siya onto this cross-sections. Okay? Na pag binigyan tayo ng iba, kung hindi po tayo maalam mag-derive, ay di po wala tayong gagamitin as our value of I. Okay? So, saan po again natin yan gagamitin? The moment of inertia. It will be used po for the least radius of gyration. Okay? Square root of I over the area. Ito po yun, yung moment of inertia. Okay? So, let us take the case po if you have there a circular cross-section. Okay? So, kung halimbawa po, circular yung cross-section natin. Okay? So, let us derive the value of K. Okay? The area. Okay? Ano ba yung I if you have a circular cross-section? Pi d to the 4th over 64. Yan. Okay? So, yun po yung ipapalit natin dito in case of I. So, this would be equal to square root of pi d to the 4th divided over pi d squared. Okay? So, you can cancel out pi. You have d to the 4th, d squared. May dalawang matira, 4 and 64. This is 16. So, ano na lang po ang natira ngayon? That would be square root of d squared. At sa ilalim po would be 16. Okay? So, square root of d squared over 16. And this is a perfect square. Okay? So, pag perfect square po yan, pwede natin ilabas ng radical sign. So, this would be equal to d divided by what is square root of 16. That would be equal to 4. Okay? So, yan po ang ating K, d over 4. Kapag po ano yan, this is valid only for a circular cross-section lamang. Okay? So, para lang po yan doon sa circular cross-section, yung d over 4. For other cross-sections, halimbawa po siya ay rectangular. Okay? So, you need to derive po ulit. Okay? So, kapag rectangular, you start with of I over area. Okay? Ano yung I? For rectangular, BH cube over 12. Ano yung A? That would be B times H. Okay? So, tsaka nyo po uli siya isi-simplify. Okay? So, ganun po ang gagawin to obtain the value of K. Again, so this would be your first step. Okay? In designing a member and solve for K, then the length divided by, and once alam na po natin yung slenderness ratio, you go with the, so this is what we call your case 1. Okay, this is case 1. And so case 1 is when slenderness ratio is less than or equal to 30. Okay? So, kukunin mo muna po, sabi ko nga, first step mo po is to obtain the slenderness. So, kung nakuha nating slenderness ratio is less than or equal to 30, then we call it as a pure compression block. Okay? Alin po yung yung pure compression block? Okay? A pure compression block are those compression members wherein kapag in-applyan mo po siya ng compressive load, it simply have yung contraction. Okay, yun yung parang maliliit, yung katulad ng sample ko kanina, maliliit po siya na members na pag in-apply mo ng compression, okay, ang tendency ay magkaroon lang ng contraction. Okay? So, mag-reduce lang yung kanyang original length. Okay? Having a slenderness ratio less than or equal to 30. Okay? So, paano po natin i-design yung ganitong klase ng compression member? Okay? Kapag po ganyan, i-design mo po siya katulad lang ng sa tension. Okay? So, ganun din lang kasi yung nangyari sa kanya. Ang pinagkaiba lang, yung isa ay elongation, this time it is contraction. Okay? So, sa halip na humaba, ngayon umikli. Okay? Pero, basically, has lang yung effect. Okay? So, you have to design it na katulad noong sa tension po natin. Okay? Paano nga ba ulit natin dinesign yung ganun? It is based on the strength failure. Okay? And then the other one is based on the deformation failure. So parehas lang po yung procedure po natin. Okay? So pag strength failure, we say for a good design, okay, you need to equate the design stress to the induced stress of the material. Okay? What is then our induced stress po ngayon? Okay? So ang induced stress po natin dito, ang tawag po natin ay compressive stress. Okay? So, compressive stress po ang tawag. So, for the compressive stress, ang symbol po natin is sigma and then subscript C. So, same equation po yan doon sa tension. So, force divide area. This time lang po, ang ginagamit natin is a compressive force. Okay? At kung po yan ay halimbawa circular ulit, okay, ano po d squared over 4. Okay? So, ito lang po yung napapalitan, yung A po natin. Kung rectangular po yan, ano yung A na yon? It would be base times the height. Okay? So, yan po yung kanyang induced stress. And when we say if it's a strength failure, for a good design stress. Okay, so you equate the design stress with the induced stress of your material. Okay, so ang induced stress natin is the compressive stress. Okay, and what would be the equation? Okay, what would be the equation? Okay, so what would be the equation? Okay, so this would be equal to FC over A. Okay, FC over A. Or you say kung circular as our example, it becomes pi d squared over 4. Okay? At ano po yung gagamitin natin na sigma d? Yung sigma d, it can be sigma u over factor of safety if based on ultimate. Okay? If based on yield naman po, sigma d would be equal to sigma y over factor of safety if that is based on yield. Okay? So, yan po yung gagamitin natin para dito. Okay, from this equation, you can solve po nga po nung sa atin sa tension. Okay, likewise, sa deformation, ganun din po. Okay, so deformation, again, deformation is equal to FL over AE. This time, we will be using a compressive load. Okay, and then yung klase ng deformation niya. Itong ngayon ay tinatawag natin as load applied. Okay, contraction. But then basically, the same lang po yung equation. FCL over AE. So, ang lang po natin po yung area po natin, okay, is pi d squared over 4 kung siya po ay circular. So, FCL over pi d squared over 4 multiplied by E equal to the deformation. And sa design, how do we deal with this deformation failure? To come up with a suitable dimension. So, for a good design, we equate allowable limit of deformation to the computed deformation. So, FCL over pi d squared over 4 multiplied by the modulus of elasticity equals the allowable limit. And then from there, you could obtain another diameter or another dimension. Okay? So again, dalawa yung naging sagot po natin dito. Okay? You have to choose na you must have your conclusion. Therefore, use the bigger dimension. Okay? Between the two. Okay? Ito po, katulad din nun, magkakaroon lang ka po ng deformation failure once this allowable limit of deformation is available. Okay? So, parehas na po natin. Okay? Members under pure tension. Okay? Only that, yung force po natin na ginamit dito is a compressive load. Okay? At yun pong ating deformation, okay, contraction po. Ayun. So, a decrease in length po ang nangyari. Okay? May tanong nga po tayo doon. You use this procedure compression block. Okay? If the slenderness ratio L over K is less than or equal to 30. Okay? Tanong? Hello? May tanong pa?
Wala naman po, ma'am.
Okay. So, thank you. Okay, we go to case 2 now. Okay, so we go now to our case 2. Okay, we go now to our case 2. Okay. So this time naman po, ito po yung atin na case 2. Yan. So this time po, sa case 2, the slenderness ratio L over K, that is in between 30 and 120. Okay, so nasa pagitan po ng dalawa. Okay, yung kanina po, up to 30. Okay, yun yung case 1. Less than up to 30. Okay, so ito naman po, nasa pagitan ng 30 and 120. So ang tawag po natin dyan is an column. Okay? And po dyan, you can see there already the buckling. Okay? So see the illustration there. Okay? So that is diretso lang, but then nung nangyari, in-applyan mo ng compressive load, it becomes now, nakikita mo na meron siyang bending. Saglit lang po ha. Gara! Siguro. Okay. So this is our case 2. Okay, again, intermediate column. So dito po, meron na po tayo nakikita na buckling failure. Okay, so ito po yun. Pag kinompress mo po siya, okay, so we start po with our stress strain diagram. Okay, so doon po tayo sa ductile. So di po ba ganyan yung stress strain diagram? Nun pong ating ductile material. Okay, and then nawala ako. Hello, nawala na naman. Yan. Okay, I'm back na. Hello. Naririnig na po ulit.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. So, we go first with our stress strain diagram. So, this is a typical stress strain diagram for a ductile material. Okay? So, pwede po natin siyang hatiin up to our proportional elastic limit. Okay? Ito pong area na to, this is what we call your elastic zone. Okay? So this is the elastic zone from the word itself. Okay? Yan po yung area kung saan if you apply a load to the material, it will have the deformation. Okay? But once na inalis mo po yung force, okay, it will go back to its elastic zone. Okay? Yun naman pong plastic zone, kabaliktaran. Okay? Nag-apply ka ng load, magkakaroon ng deformation. Pag inalis mo na po yung load, ano pong mangyayari? balik po siya bahagya pero not totally eliminating all the deformation. So may natitira po. Okay? So there is a permanent deformation already. Okay? That occurs within the plastic zone. Okay? So elastic zone, plastic zone. Okay? So this is yung pinaghatian po natin, yan po yung sa atin na PEL. Okay? Now, so yun pong ating zones na yan, they are governed by equations. Okay? So ito pong elastic zone, ito po yung governed by the Euler formula. Okay? So Euler formula po ang ginagamit natin dito. Okay? For our failure. Okay? Dito naman po ang failure po is governed by what we call the JB Johnson. Okay? Yan. So, JB Johnson po na failure ang ginagamit dito sa plastic zone, Euler po doon sa elastic zone. Okay? So, yan po yung two theories of failure against the buckling. Okay? So, you have the evaluate for the Euler, and then the other one po is the equation for our JB Johnson. Okay, so this is the JB Johnson formula. The other one is the Euler formula. Okay, so ibig sabihin, ang JB Johnson formula gagamitin natin sa plastic zone at ang Euler gagamitin natin sa elastic zone. Now, how do we design the member? Okay, so dini po tayo, hanapin nyo po sa lecture notes nyo po yung general guide in designing the buckling failure. Okay, general guide in design, okay, para po i-design yung case 2. Okay, ito po yung procedure para sa case 2. Pag nakita mo po kasi na siya ay intermediate column, hindi mo po pwedeng i-apply yung procedure doon sa case 1 na nag-strength failure ka, nag-deformation failure. Hindi mo po yun pwedeng i-apply kasi may buckling failure po dito. Okay, para pong may ano na siya, may bending na. Okay, kaya ang i-apply mo pong method, ito pong method na ito. Okay, this is the general guide in designing the buckling failure. So, paano po siya i-decide? Una, ano pong sabi dito? You compute the dimension by initially assuming that failure, okay, occurs within the plastic zone. Okay? So, ito muna po yung una mong gagawin. Okay? I-assume mo muna po. Okay? So, you assume to use the JB Johnson formula. Okay? So, ito po ang una. Okay? So, ina-assume mo na ang failure po natin ay andoon sa plastic zone. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, regional dimension. Okay? Yun po yung ating assumption. Okay? Kaya ginamit natin ay JB Johnson. Okay? So, failure at the plastic zone. Okay? So, you look at the equation now for the JB Johnson. Yan muna gagamiting equation. Okay, JB Johnson. Okay? Now, tingnan po natin saan po natin kung F o the critical buckling load. Okay? So, this is called the critical buckling load. Okay, so FCR is critical buckling load, and this is obtained by multiplying the compressive force. I-multiply mo po yan ng factor of safety. Okay, so yan po ang critical buckling load. Doon po sa case 1 natin, wala po yung FCR. Okay, ang nandun lang po is the compressive force. Ari lang pong FC. Okay, yan po lang ang ginamit sa case 1. Okay, dito po, yung FC mo is to be multiplied by the factor of safety to come up with your critical buckling load. Okay? Nasusundan ka po ako?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. Saan po ma'am kukunin yung FC? So usually, yung compressive force po, yun po ay given. Okay? Kung hindi po, then you have an equation to solve for it. Okay? You will be using your table 1.1. Okay? Factor of safety. Okay? So, yan po yung critical buckling load. Okay? At ito po naman, sigma Y. Okay? This is taken from our table of proper properties. Okay? Yung pong sigma Y. Okay? It is the... Okay, restored. Okay, so we have again yung sigma Y coming from our design tables. Okay? Now, ano po yung kasunod? You have there the area. Okay? So, yung area po, di papalitan lang natin ng equation. So, if that is a circular, then pi d squared over 4. Okay? Kung siya naman po ay rectangular, then b times h. Okay? So, yung a po natin doon, yung area, that is a function of our dimension. Okay? So, nandun yung dimension po natin na hinahanap. So, equation po ang ipapalit natin doon sa A po na yon. Okay? And then, quantity, 1 minus sigma Y. So, naano ko na po iyan? L. Okay? Yung L po would be the original length. Okay? Original length of the material po yan. Okay? Pag po hindi binigay yung length, okay, and it is a shaft, we can assume to use this value po. Okay? Assume length equal to 20 times the diameter. That is kapag po siya ay circular. Okay? So, 20 times D. Okay? So, yun po yung pwede natin gawin. Next, we have there 4 pi K squared. Okay? Yung K po doon, okay? Yung K po uli would be the least radius of gyration, square root of I divided by the area. Okay? Modulus of, sa table, we assume to use the standard value, okay, general for all types of steel, 30 times 10 to the 6 PSI. Okay? So, ano na lang po yung wala. N po, the N fixicity coefficient. And what are the values of this N? Okay? So, saan ko ma'am kukuhanin ang value nung N? Okay? So, saan po manggagaling? Okay? So, balikan nyo po yung ating, ito, yan. Okay? Yung una-una po lang na page. So, these are the values of the N fixicity coefficient. You have here N equal to 1, N equal to 2, N equal to 4, and N equal to 1/4 up to 1/2. Okay? So, ang N fixicity coefficient po, it is dependent on yung kung ano yung conditions nung ends po nung ating compression member. Okay? Katulad po nito. So, ito po yung compression member, and then both ends po are pin-ended or guided. Katulad po ng nasa illustration. Okay? So, N equal to 1 in that case. Okay? Dito naman po, N equal to 2 when one end is fixed. Okay? So, naka-fix po siya dito. Tapos, ang isa po ay pin-ended or guided. Pwede pong nandito yung fixed, tapos nandito yung guided. Parehas lang po yun. Okay? When both ends are fixed, yan. So, magkabila po, parehas po naka-fix yung N equal to 4. And one ay 1/4 to 1/2. Again, this comes in a range po. Okay? So, we ought to use po the maximum value na lang para pare-parehas po yung maging sagot natin. Okay? Pero, kahit po alin dyan, okay, on our design, naturally po, pwede po natin gamitin at i-apply. Okay? So, these are the values of n po na gagamitin natin on the equation. Okay? Now, ano po ba ang effect niyan? Okay? When you have this n-fixicity coefficient. Okay? Nakita nyo po sa illustration natin, see the backlink path. Okay? Katulad po nito. Pag po siya ay in-applyan mo ng force, magiging ganito yung ating member. Kung ano naman po, ito yung backlink path. Okay? You observe po na iba-iba yung nagiging backlink path niya. Depende po sa conditions po ng mga ends po natin. Okay? Now, saan po natin malalaman ang condition ng ends? They are being discussed po doon sa problem. Okay? Yung conditions po ng ends, they are discussed po doon sa problem, or you can analyze it po from the given mechanical component. Okay? Kung hindi naman po, okay, what is then our assumption? Okay? Our assumption is that both ends are pin-ended or guided. Yun po ay kapag hindi po binigay sa atin yung condition ng ends. Okay? So, we assume this po, that n na gagamitin natin on our okay, so, dito po. Okay? May question po ba tayo? Hello?
Wala pa naman po, ma'am.
May kasunod kayong klase?
Meron po.
Sorry. Hello? Okay. So anyway, so sige na, i-close ko na lang muna dito. Okay? So ang ating pong procedure for case 2, mag-start po with this JB Johnson formula. Okay? And then may kasunod pa po siyang procedure, then i-ano na lang po natin, i-discuss na lang po natin by next meeting. Okay? So basta ang una pong gagamitin, JB Johnson. Okay? We assume po that the failure occurs at the plastic zone, meaning meron na po siyang permanent na deformation. Okay? So, pakibasa na rin po yung kasunod nito as your assignment. Okay? Yes po. Okay. Yes, Lan. Okay. Yung L equal to 23, that would be for circular cross-section only. Okay? Any other? May question pa po yung iba? Wala na po. Okay na po?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. So, yun po, I'll stop the presentation now. Okay, since it's time already. Okay.